And to have a co-host this week. Oh, look! Blackthorn has decided to co-host. Hello, Blackthorn. How are you doing? Oh, wait! We're live! Hello! Welcome to the weekly live stream. I am Starlong, also known as Dark Star. And we're still in release 61. Believe it or not, the longest release ever. And with me today, co-hosting is Blackthorn. Super rare, actually. And with me today, it's metallic. Co-hosting is Blackthorn. And so welcome everyone to our live stream. And as we do every week, we'll be talking about the news. We'll be talking about Twitch sound. Yes, thank you. Every week we'll be talking about the news. We'll be talking about. Oh, is that better? Let's echo. Echo, echo, echo. Better. Let's start over. Hi, I'm Darstar, also known as Starlong. Welcome to our weekly live stream. Joining me today is our co-host, Blackthorn. You may remember him from such titles as Ultima Online 2, which never shipped, and Ultima Online, Blackthorn's Revenge. This is actually the super rare silvery one. I know, pretty cool, huh? Yes, it is, Star. Yeah, thanks. That's what I thought. All right, so as we do every week, we'll be giving you guys some news, some updates, and prizes. And Blackthorn, how many ways are there to earn a prize? 2. That's right. There are 2 ways to earn a prize. 2 ways. Oh, he's fallen off. 2 ways. So you can make a purchase from our store, or you can go inside the game, get into chat, and type "It's cold outside." And we're so nice that we said we'll save you a apostrophe, unapostrophe. You can just type "It's cold outside." Grammatically incorrect, but still eligible to win a prize inside the game, in chat, not in Twitch chat. Inside the game chat. That's right, inside the game chat. Yeah, it's amazing. It sounds just like I imagined a robot Blackthorn would start. And the reason you can log in and get it prize without making a purchase is because it's the law. No purchase necessary. So, log in, chat, or purchase. And if you purchase something, you'll get us closer to our release 61 stretch goals, of which we're already on the last one. We may even have to come up with another one. I know, what? Because it is the longest release ever. But great news for all of you, because for the low price of $5, just $5, one $5 purchase the entire month, well, actually the entire release, or being part of our rewards program, you'll get all this crazy stuff, and it's all in theme of the Krampus, Dark Winter. And so everyone who has made a purchase this month, or this release, will get Black Ice Wings, Black Ice Building Block Set, because it's all Dark Winter. Haunted Snow Mask, Black Ice Bow, Black Ice Sword, Haunted Snow Family, Black Ice Staff, Black Ice Wand, Haunted Yule Tree Set, Icy Dungeon Room with Fishing Spot, Dark Leather and Fur Yule Outfit, Krampus Mask, and Black Ice Shield. Oh, look, there's a robot coming. A Haunted Sleigh, Black Ice Elemental Statue, an Icy Dungeon Cathedral Room. Oh my god, there's so many prizes. It's insane. And we're already almost at, we're already around 162, so we're only about $8,000 away from the last one we came up with, which is the Icy Dungeon Hallway Set. So, I don't know, we might have to come up with some more. And again, if you make one of those purchases, you'll be eligible for a prize. And you'll get all the stretch goals. And it's a great time to be buying because everything's on sale. Well, just about everything. So either 50% off the items in the game, or crowns are on sale for 20% because we liked our holiday sale so much we decided to extend it. And in fact, we let it roll past the weekend, and we're just going to keep it live till we roll out our upcoming price changes, which we talked about last week. But I'll reiterate here is we've been looking at our overall pricing across the store, and we are going to be doing some repricing more in lines with what that 50% sale is. So that's and I see K Man's for is Dark Star hiding a bald head. No, it's Dark Winter. That's where I'm wearing the furry hat because it's cold. It's cold outside and it's cold inside. Actually, it's just the opposite in this room. It's actually but see yeah, see, there's a bald head. I don't hide it. It's in all the pictures and videos and stuff. So not sure why I'd be hiding it. But it's exactly the opposite in here. It is very, very warm in our streaming room because one of the things we discovered after we moved in is that there's literally no ventilation in this room. So as we do our live streams, it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And it's especially amazing when you're wearing a fur hat. Well, fake fur hat, but fur hat nonetheless. Because this thing is really warm. It's great when it's cold outside. So that's lots of that. Oh, and look, our robot joined us. Would you like to say something?
There are two ways. I heard you asked that question, so I jumped on the robot and came in here. Sorry, bro.
Blackthorn actually answered the question.
I saw that. I felt I'd been replaced by a small plastic robot thing, so I figured I should come get on.
Well, at least he doesn't eat on air, though. So, you know. But I'm bunch. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, sorry for not being there in person this week. We actually had a death in the family and had to drive to Far East Texas. There is absolutely no other reason to go to Far East Texas. Sorry if you live there, but it's true. But anyways, back just in time to get on the live stream from home.
Well, thank you for joining us. We're gonna do all sorts of cool stuff. Speaking of absences, the folks who were supposed to do the Player Quest live stream are out sick today, but we've got some other cool stuff to show you, and we're gonna try and still. I got some cheat sheet notes at the last minute, so we're gonna try and do at least one of the quests, the player-made quests on the live stream. We're also gonna show off some cool stuff. Scotty is here, and everyone loves to hear Scotty. So he is going to come on and he's going to talk about the Valentine stuff he's been working on, and he's got a poem for us. All right.
We can just let him read the phone book for an hour. I think players would like that too.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Other big news. So the Duke Dungeon Room. Oh, actually, I could show that.
Show it.
So we announced a couple of weeks ago that we are replacing the Lord Forged items with a new custom dungeon throne room for the Dukes. And also it's going to come with custom heraldry pavers, both unique items for the Dukes. And so these are works in progress. So we're not completely finished, but you can get a really nice idea of what these are going to look like. So show you guys a couple of shots. There's another shot of this throne room. I think the idea is that you'd put your throne in this little niche, this nook right here, and then there's space for your heraldry pavers, and you could put some of your heraldry banners to really customize the space.
Actual screenshots.
Yes. And the three windows with the Titans up there, and then there's another shot that's showing a little close up of that window and the top of the nook for your throne. It's very, very awesome. Here, I'll go back and show you guys another shot. So those are going to be live in release 62. So the Dukes are going to get their throne dungeon room and their Duke heraldry pavers in release 62. So thank you, Dukes, for your patience, and thank you for not only for patience for length of time, but patience for us constantly changing our minds. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your support. Other thing we announced a couple weeks ago, and we've actually sold 4 now, I believe, of the episode 2 Lord of the Isle packages, and so that's very exciting. We're already going to start reaching out to those folks who purchased them to talk to them about uh, how we're building out the custom castle. But that bundle includes a place anywhere castle lot deed, uh, plus a choice of and a custom house that we're building that is using the castle building set kit that we did for uh, the castle in Britain. And you're going to get a castle wall set of your choice, castle basement, any other, plus a couple of houses, plus another house from the store, um, a bunch of crowns, a bunch of bank slots, a real silver ring crafted and numbered by Lord British, because not everyone knows that Richard is among all the other things he is, game developer, astronaut, magician. He's also a silversmith, and that silver serpent that he wears around his neck, he made that himself. So he's going to be making custom rings for all the lords of the Isle.
And we'll definitely put a video up showing him crafting some of those. We may not get one unique one for every person who gets a ring, but
yeah. So very cool. We also announced a couple weeks ago, and some of those changes are going live in Release 62. We've got a bunch of new store changes that are coming in to improve the store and move away from having a big web cash store, and just sort of make it a seamless experience to you guys being in the game, and allow you to use the crowns in a more seamless, frictionless way, and also have that store perform better, have the in-game store look and be more competitive with what we had on the website as far as like descriptions and pictures and ability to view the items and know what you're getting. So that's all coming over the next couple of releases. Some of that will go live in Release 62. And speaking of Release 62 is on QA right now. So if you want to get a sneak peek of what's coming up next week, you can go over to the QA server. So if you go to our feedback and bugs forum, there's a QA section for Release 62. And that has instructions on how to download and install the QA version. And that gets you eligible for all sorts of cool items, include all insect bug themes. So some insect paintings, insect furniture, bug cloaks, and of course, the coolest thing of all, the Corpion chair. So, and you can be eligible to win all those things if you help us test on Release 62.
And one more reason to test right now than normal on the QA server is for those who've been paying attention to any of the stuff I've been posting, we're actually having to transition to a new server location. And the QA servers are actually our tests that we're doing right now in the new server location. Everything seems to be going spectacularly, but do feel free to test it. Also, those we know people have been getting a lot of lost packet problems on the current live, and those should be going away. You can go try it out on QA. It'll be amazing. Go test.
You're not on camera, by the way, Chris.
I'm not.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
All right. Let's see. So Release 62 has all sorts of cool stuff, and there's actually a draft of the release notes. And again, work in progress. So some of the things listed there not everything that's going to be in the release is listed yet in the release notes, because we're still in an early draft, and some of the things listed there may not make the final release based on testing and level of completion. So with all that said, there's all sorts of amazing stuff going in Release 62, including backslot enchanting and masterworking. So finally, it's not just the shroud that has stats. It's also going to be cloaks, which will have stats related to defense and attack speed. Backpacks, which are going to have stats related to strength and carry capacity. Wings, which are going to have stats related to dexterity and move rate. And quivers, which are going to have stats associated with dexterity and ammo recovery. And that's just the first step. we're going to add more types and more kinds. Like one of the ones that's been requested for a while is like the loot on the back as a backpack. So that could be another backslot item that we could create that could have some sort of buff to like your barding type, all one of the bard type things that we have. And in the process, we touched, like 115 different items had eternal patterns added to them. Cloaks, 97 cloaks, because we made a lot of cloaks. Because there's the cloaks we've given away as pledge items. There's cloaks from the store. We have prizes. Would you like to read them?
Sure.
All right. We have prizes. And remember, there are how many ways to be eligible to win a prize?
2.
That's right, 2. So you can type in the game chat, "It's cold outside," or you can make a purchase in the store. And the people on this list have done one of those things. So take it away.
And I just want to give a plug for those people who don't, they've probably seen his name and posts and stuff. That is Undone there, aka Dr. Bob. He's been doing some amazing work. He doesn't get on camera much, so I'm going to plug him while he's on camera.
He's been on camera. He did like fishing with us. He was on the fishing stream. That's right.
Yeah,
but,
Atos.
But not a lot. You're right. Not nearly as much as me. All right, prizes. The important stuff.
We have a replenishing aerial palm blue fish fireworks box goes to Cyrike Binkton. An ornate sled goes to Ryan Mercury. White Raven goes to Helvig. Want to say that one?
Helvig Ingvildsdottir. That's a great Viking name.
Winter pattern glass chandelier 3-pack goes to Maint Sork. A fancy party hat 6-pack goes to Groundskeeper Willie. 2018 Yule gift set goes to Flip. And 2018 Winter Rares mega set goes to Kitty Perzalot.
Kitty Perzalot. Brilliant. All right. Congratulations, winners. There'll be one more prize drawing before the stream is over. All right. So, as I teased, we have Scott. Oh, and Damon too. We have two more guests. It's going to be a party here. Grab chairs, gentlemen.
2 presenters. We will do so.
All right. We're almost done with the news. We just started on listing all the cool stuff that's going to be in Release 62, and then we did prizes. So, Robot, you want to come behind me or something? Here, look, and everyone say bye to Blackthorn since I'm not alone anymore, so I don't need a co-host. Bye, everyone. I'm a robot.
Hi, Robot.
All right. So here we go. News at 11. Oh, where's? Okay. All right.
Robot's got stuff.
That's all right.
There you
It's
go.
getting
There he
stuck
is.
on my chair, I think.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Chris.
So in addition to all the backslot items,
Hi.
it's chaos. All right. But that's right. That's great. Here, wait. Maybe I can zoom the camera out a little bit. We have a little more room. Yeah, we're just gonna make a technical adjustment. This is when you need that music and like the little thing of like the guy like all messed up that comes on screen. You know what I'm talking about?
Not exactly, no.
No, like we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Like because this
No, I
is
know
like
what
kind
you
of dead time while I'm trying
There
to
we go.
fix it.
Oh,
That's
whoa,
too
there
far.
we go.
Too far.
Oh,
There we go. That's a little
I thought you just about had it. All right.
Well, if I go too far, then you
Good
like
enough.
see all the white space. And, like,
Good enough. Good enough. Yeah. Perfect.
There you go. All right, great. All right, and we're back. Actually, we never left. They saw us the whole time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, wouldn't it be
Good
great
pretend,
if there was
yeah.
like the little like technical difficulties
Yeah.
and like the sort of like drunk avatar, like with a broken camera, And it'd be
Oh,
like,
okay.
dun, 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 and like the music came on.
Oh, like the elevator music?
Yeah,
of
like
course.
because we're having technical difficulties. Like that would be awesome.
It's a great
Right?
idea. We should
Yeah.
figure out how to arrange
We
for
should
that
we
for
should
the
totally
next
devote a
time.
bunch of resources to making that happen versus actual game content.
Yes.
Right?
That's
Oh,
the way
wait.
I feel, always.
No.
No.
We
No,
should
we
not
really
do that.
shouldn't. Producer
Let's not-
says no.
No.
All
We
right.
won't do that. All right. Stay on target. This is how these shows go, by the way.
I like how you're
We-
embarrassing David. I can look how red.
No,
I I'm
no,
just-
that's just the
I'm
lighting.
just a
Okay.
red- I'm just kind of a red dude.
It's the cup. The cup.
Oh,
does it too.
it's
See-
okay.
See,
That's
it
the
makes
cup
you
is
red. It's like
bouncing
a
off.
torch.
Okay. Yes. If I'd have known it was going to be like this.
Then you would have come on if you known it was going to be this silly and ridiculous. And
Well,
all right,
we knew it was silly, so we came anyway.
all right, here we go. Back to Release 62 and how much cool stuff. So we were just talking about backslot items now have stats, and you can pattern them. So that's going to be great. So you can wear your wings and go faster,
Oh, that's awesome.
get higher dexterity. Also, because we are such a serious crew and never silly, we totally didn't do that feature request that the players asked to allow them to use masks as patterns on helms. So you totally can't use your horse mask as a helm now, a leather helm. Yeah.
Did we get the fish mask?
Yeah, oh, yes, and the fish mask.
Fish
And the fish
masks.
masks are also leather
Leather
helms.
helms.
Oh,
Yeah, so they can use as pat.
have
so-
they seen them yet? Have they seen
we
this?
showed them last
Oh
time.
my god, I love them.
And
We have the option so players can turn off other people's fish, right?
no. But we talked about that, and that was actually the first. As soon as we showed the fish mask, there were some people in the audience who were like, "Oh my god, that's awesome and hilarious!" And then there were some people who were like, "When are we going to get the option to so I don't have to see other people's masks or
I think
helmets?"
if someone wears a mask, that's what they're wearing.
Yeah, that's what they're
I mean,
wearing. I mean, you
you're
can be
stuck with
disturbed
that.
by it if you want to be, but
Well,
you don't get to not see it.
And what if they're role playing a fish person and they're talking in like fish speak,
How
and
else
you've
would you
turned
know?
off, like the fish mask,
That
the
wouldn't make
helmet,
sense.
and then you'd be like, "Why are you talking?" Yeah, like that doesn't make sense.
It would have to have the fish mask.
They would
gotta
need
have
it has to have the fish
I agree.
mask.
Absolutely.
Or if they were role playing a horse person, because the great horse people versus fish people wars are coming, and you need to be prepared.
Well, there's also dragon people. And,
That's right.
Right, but it's really more about the horse people and the fish people.
Okay.
But aside from that, I'm amused that they are disturbed by other people's masks. That amuses me.
The fish masks are odd, yes.
Oh yes, it's glorious.
It's
I
very
find them fun.
It's very
Good fun.
surreal. Dolly. Think about like you're in a Dolly painting.
That's right. Melting clocks and all.
Yeah. Oh, we should totally make some melting clocks. Stay on target. All right. Other stuff that's coming in Release 62. So we used to make it so you got a row lot deed, but you had for playing the game, but you had to get all the way to the end of the story. That's a long time to wait to enjoy like one of the best features of our game, which is our housing system. So now you get a play your own town row lot deed for finishing any one of the 3 outskirts quests.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
that's like within the first few hours of play. So
That's awesome because you're right. I always wondered about that, and I thought, man, I really want to one day have like some kind of house or cottage or something, but realized it was going to be such a long haul to get there. So that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's way cool.
and we also, where we used to give you the row lot at the end of the story, you now upgrade to a bigger one, which is a village size. So,
Oh, awesome.
Thus, I get my cottage or whatever I want
Right.
to do.
So
Like,
then
yeah.
you can have more area to decorate.
Yeah. Yep.
That's great.
And then Valentine items.
I haven't heard you mention the lot upgrade stuff. Is that on the list to talk about?
It is.
All right, I was just going to mention while you're talking about those, that those start off as no drop. So if it's just for you or whatever, but if you want to upgrade them, there's options where you can pay a reduced amount, I think it's like 20 crowns or something, to move them to be droppable, the regular type.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
You can start upgrading them if you want to.
So the other thing that's in Release 62, and one of the reasons we have Scotty here, is we've got a bunch of new Valentine's stuff. So
Yeah. That's right.
can we show it off right now?
Yeah, let's do so, and then we'll follow it up with the character stuff that
Yeah.
Damon has done on
Yeah, which
Cool
is
New Creature.
kind of oddly related.
All right.
Or not so oddly.
So those of you who've been with us for a little while know that each of the holidays we make some unique content, and one of those things are like gift boxes or cards. And so, of course, Valentine's Day. And so Scotty has worked on the latest versions of those for 2019.
That's right. And in the past, you can see to the right and left the ones we've had for 2017, 2018. And they're just the boxes, that we were able to recraft or size them up a little bit just to give some visual differences. And of course, we changed the colors and the wrapping patterns and such as well. But I never got around to being able to take the time to make heart-shaped boxes. And this was requested before. It was actually requested last year, but it was not possible for us to get around to the time it took to literally remake them, because reskinning something that already exists, not too hard. And so I made a little setup here just to kind of show, if you were decorating for, I guess, what in our game would be like Sequana's Day, because
Oh
there's
yeah,
no
because
Saint
she's the
Valentine.
Titan of Love. So,
Yeah, she's the Titan of Love. So
Yeah.
I made a little quick scene in front of something that right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, full of something that I'm not even sure if we have it yet offered for sale, but we talked about having a really bright red barn as a house.
No, that's
already...
that's the in the Mounts stretch goal. You can buy that barn.
Oh, you
yeah.
can. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's where it's available.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We weren't sure, so I'm glad to see that it's out there. So in front of that, I put some nice flowery hedges and stuff, and created a little scene showing off both the past year's Valentine's stuff as well as the stuff I did for this year. And so zooming in on that right now and kind of getting overhead and kind of getting down in there to where I have that little scene set up. You can see on either side on the ground at the base of the statues the two older Valentine's Day cards that I had made. And these are all based on some really old vintage designs that are long since in the public domain. But of course, then I took them and recrafted them to where they fit nicely within the good heart shape and gave enough room so that you can actually get in there and
write your Valentine.
Yeah, write your Valentines with the interface, which is very specific to us. Joaquin set that up, so we wanted to make sure that it got in there and worked just fine. And it does, just like the other two. So you can see it there sitting on the table, along with a lovely little heart-shaped box that is indicative of the new shape for our Valentine's boxes for this year. And because, we'd had some stuff for Valentine's before, and I always made them, especially the smallest one was kind of tall and thin, so that it kind of looked like a wine bottle or a champagne bottle would be in there. But this time around with the actual heart shape, it's like, God, it has to be something short and flat, like it's a box of candies or something like that.
Oh.
So I really, really wanted to do something like that. And then, of course, for the rest, they're big enough to be hat boxes or some other kind of thing that might contain like an outfit or a piece of wardrobe or some other kind of wonderful thing, gift that you could give on Valentine's Day. And of course, for the Sequana celebrations, you'd be putting in all kinds of gifts from our game and things of that kind, and whatever else would fit in. I'm not sure how many slots. Are they infinite slots? I don't know if they are. I don't know how the gift boxes. How do they work as far as the number of items you can place in them?
It varies.
It varies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it probably varies by size, I would imagine.
And that could be, yeah. Actually, you're probably right. So anyway, here you get a really good look at what the boxes look like from above, and you get the nice heart shape. These were interesting too because I really did take the original geometry of the boxes and then work with them until they turned into that heart shape. And it sounds like something that would be simple, but it's not.
No,
which is why we never did it before.
Yeah, which is why we
just
did
getting
it
the
before.
skinning right, the UV skinning on it is not
Yeah.
so easy.
Yeah, it's difficult. And I especially wanted to do it so that for the future, for anyone else who wanted to make other boxes in the future, they could easily take what I had done and then just change it out as well. And because the way the textures tile on it so that they work, back and front and when they tile along the sides, they'll still work even though they're using the original ones that I had made that were for square boxes. So yeah, they were kind of a little special one-off thing. And so you can see them there too, the height of them as well from the side. And if you look really closely, you can even see the lovely little lip edge of where the top of the chocolate box cover is. But the chocolate. Here we have them in some nicer lighting too, as opposed to just stark bright of day. And you can see how they're also made. The wrapping paper is made to be slightly shiny, so you get a nice glint off of both the wrapping paper as well as the bows on these sitting there, beside each other on a lovely little table. And in fact, this card is sitting on that table by a lovely little fireplace too. But here you can see how it kind of fits in to give you as much room as possible to do it, but at the same point in time, show off enough of the nice, pretty details of this year's Valentine's card with a lovely cherub, which we found out are called putti in Italian fine painting and such like that. Anytime you see the lovely little fat cherubs,
They're putti.
They're the putti. So there you have that. Star has to. Say it with me, Star. Putti.
They're putti.
They're putti.
They're
Dark winter. To scare the putti away with the dark winter. The Krampus. The Krampus eat. Never mind.
Does Krampus eat the flesh of the putti?
I think the putti scared the Krampus away.
Okay, moving on.
But nonetheless, which by the way matches the wonderful little things that I think we still have. Those lovely cherub Cupid wings and the diaper that you can get.
No, those were a rare item. So those are there's that little tiny bow in the diaper. Those are rare items.
That's right. So now
tiny wings.
For those lucky enough to have gotten those rare items, because apparently they're not available anymore, you can saunter around with your gifts and your lovely lovely thing to give away. And there's one more item that though this book already exists in game. Later on, I'm going to get online live and find Minerva and go to her wonderful little coffee shop where she has been kind enough to offer a venue where as my my in-game character runs around and like looks at stuff in the world and writes things out and does little poems and weird short stories and things like that, often with subject matter from our game, then what I'll end up doing is going to her coffee house and providing her with the actual the book, and she'll help me make the book often and has in the past. And that way we can go ahead and offer a little love poem that I did, which after Damon is finished showing off the cool creature, the being he made that's sort of like anti-Sequana's Day in nature, then I'll go ahead and, as we finish ourselves off and head on out and give the floor back to Star and Chris, I'll read that to you, the love sonnet for this season. But nonetheless, this book right here that you see will have my little love poem in it and will be available at basically at cost. I think she charges a gold because you have to charge something. So she charges a single coin for it in game, and then anyone can have this and have my special love poem that I composed just for this Sequana's Day. So now,
So speaking of love,
speaking of love,
the antithesis of it, you convinced me, is envy, and so this is our envy angel. The envy angel is going to be a boss encounter that Keith is putting together.
Yeah, it's like our seasonal bosses. Like, we just had the Krampus. Who, I mean, it still is like the whole mythos of the Krampus. The Krampus is like, it's still my favorite. I mean, Envy Angel is gonna be awesome, but the fact
like
that
the
we
Krampus?
took the we have the like really sweet, nice legend of Santa. He's the jolly old elf,
of course.
but then the Krampus. Like, so Santa, like, if you're good, you get the
Right.
presents. If you're bad, you get the coal.
Krampus is like anti-Santa, and
Well,
this is like an anti-Cupid.
Well, Krampus, like if you're bad, he puts you in a bag and beats you with a stick.
Or worse.
And
Or
so-
worse,
well,
or kidnaps you and does
right.
God knows what, or turns you
Right.
into a zombie.
Well, that's the thing. We took it to its logical, absurd extreme and said, okay, if you're a kid and you're put in a bag and then beaten, you're going to die,
but then
and turn
Krampus
into a
has
zombie.
the power to resurrect you
Right.
as a zombie.
and you're going to be fight in his zombie children army.
Now you can be a mindless child zombie minion.
So it's like the darkest, like, winter, holiday legend boss ever.
Right.
And so we decided, let's do something as messed up and twisted for
For Valentine's.
Valentine's.
Well,
Well,
for
for
Sequana's Day.
Sequana's Day.
So we have now Envy Angel, who this is a character who is just, she is just as narcissistic as she can be, and she's too good for everyone, but she's really envious and wishes that someone would love her, and but no one's good enough for her, and so she writes herself her own Valentines, and so you'll be encountering her shortly after Valentine's because she missed getting any Valentines because
Yeah.
no one loves her. And
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
as you can see, because she won't love anyone because none of them are good enough for her, and so you'll find around her in her area, Valentines are on the ground or in various places that she's written to herself,
These lovely
and
little things.
and
right
they
here.
will be things to that effect, like, I wish I had a true love like all those other lovebirds, but I could not possibly be so feeble-minded as they. Things like that.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm none is smart enough for me, none is wise enough or kind enough for me. And you can see, if you zoom in on her face, you can see I tried to
Oh yeah,
give her
click
the,
next, and you'll
click
get a really
next.
good view of her
Uh,
face.
I tried to give her
Oh, I
the,
only got this shot.
Oh no, you'll get one more.
you'll get one more.
Mm,
I think so.
I put-
no, because I'm in a different
Oh,
folder.
you put it in the different
Anyway,
folder.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, zoom
Anyway,
in,
so
wait, hold on.
it's okay. Anyway, I tried to give her a face that's kind of perfect face of envy, like a combination of sadness and disgust and anger and despair. And basically the idea was that, if she wouldn't make such a terrible face, she might be kind of a good-looking woman. But with a face like that plastered on her, of course no one's going to write her a Valentine.
And oh my gosh, if you're able to zoom in on it further, it's really it's kind of shockingly hideous. But from a standpoint of like, oh my God, I mean, we're seeing it in the light of day. But if I were to see that visage on something coming down a dark alley, I'd probably flee in terror.
You
'Cause
would not want. You definitely not want to have a conversation.
Yeah, no, it's totally like the Blood Countess Elizabeth
Yeah.
Bathory kind of level fear.
Well, and she's going to have a unique weapon too, which is going to be a variation of the thorn bow that we did before. So that's going to be cool. So it's going to be fun to get loot from her.
And she has in addition, she has some unique effects. You can see sort of this green smoke, this sort of green and black smoke that comes off of her wings. That also is tied into the visual effects of her bow or ranged weapon attack that will have some unique effects when it hits you.
Now, you said that Keith was creating sort of the little encounter, right?
Mhm.
And this could happen anywhere in the world.
Right. I'm expecting that will happen somewhere in the woods somewhere, and that's why I placed her in the woods for the screenshot.
Is he
But
going
I'm
to
not-
talk about it
But
later?
he hadn't decided yet which.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
because it's
today,
going
but-
in release 63, not 62.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so like you said, just after the actual
Just after
Valentine's
Sequana's Day, right?
The irony.
Okay.
She
the irony.
just missed Valentine's, poor thing.
Yeah.
Only it's hard to feel bad for someone. No one's good enough for me.
So she'll fire upon you, and of course her envy green dress, green with envy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that we can go ahead and make this is a dyeable dress, so we could go ahead and make this.
Oh yeah, we should make that part of it too. A pattern from that or a recipe that you can
Yeah,
make this.
and I don't see
Yeah.
any reason why we might not even be able to.
Well, and I like the look of the tattered bottom of it, and that kind of thing. It's almost, it gives you that kind of Renaissance Festival fairy, the fairy people look to her as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, the idea was she's kind of a goth fairy.
Yeah.
She's like a too good for anyone goth.
And will she be barking, like, will she be making statements at you as she fires upon you?
I hope so. I mean,
that?
that's up to Keith to do, but I expect that he'll do something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be all sort of envy related, and then we're going to use the nearby power that we've used for other bosses.
Oh, you're giving it away. You're giving it away.
Well,
okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
But-
I've already given that away.
And in any case, you'll be able to read each and every one of the Valentines that you can also, I guess, burn.
Yeah, destroy. Like you'll be able to like destroy them, and that's what's linked to her nearby power. So,
So,
And thus her eventual defeat.
right, they're like her
like
Horcruxes.
she's stored all of her power of
Yeah.
envy in all of these artifacts.
That's awesome.
And they're now feeding her back all of her narcissism and envy.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I
Yeah.
like that. I like the whole and I think that direction that we're going with the personification of the different holidays, whether it's good or for ill, like the Krampus and the Envy Angel, I think is a very cool thing.
And you had a poem to share with us.
I do. The very poem that will go in that book, and simultaneously, because I made something up at last Halloween too, which was a creepy tale, which you saw Joaquin and I kind of show how we went through the process of making it into a book, but it never got presented at that coffee shop yet, and that's just one of the places, right? Keith is also talking about possibly taking these and making them to where they could be random drops too, so you might even find them somewhere. But until then, the one way I know to get them in easily is with Minerva's help. Again, so kind she is to allow us to do that and to allow me to put my stuff through her coffee shop. So in that book that you saw me show earlier, it will be this poem, which is it's called An Ode to a Distant Love. Upon my cheek, full blush with heat, a tear rolls down in remembered joy. Ne'er forgotten, though sure far trodden, thy travels must thy thoughts employ. Though in my heart, true from the start, my own thoughts remain of naught but thee, I pray this day thine thoughts do stray from furthest land to muse upon me. 'Tis sweet to guess with happiness upon which sights thine fine eyes gaze. About far shores or at foreign doors I imagine thee through love's warm haze. So please, my love, with whitest dove Sequana's blessings send my way, and with this kiss show thee I miss thine passionate presence on this day. Will thee, my dear, lend me thine ear to whisper back from paths anon? With speed to ride, and at my side stroll loving through flowered gardens dawn. If so, then see my love for thee so forged in ecstasy's hottest fire, soon sweep thee up and bring thee home, forever sharing our ardent desire. Happy Sequana's
Lovely.
Day. Poem class, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Very lovely. Well,
Happy
thank you.
Valentine's Day. Absolutely.
Well, that was awesome. And as a reminder, Valentine's items will go live in release 62, which I was in the middle of reading out the list of stuff, and we got to the Valentine's items, so we saw how cool those are. I'm gonna pick up my pieces of paper, my clip notes. All right. Picking up where we left off. In addition to the Valentine items,
Bye-bye.
there's going to be new. Oh, thank you, gentlemen.
You're welcome.
Thank you for showing off the amazing stuff.
Absolutely. You and Chris take it away.
All right. So in addition to the Valentine items, we've got the new dungeon rooms that are based on the natural cavern. We showed those off in the last live stream. Those look really cool. Travis did an amazing job on those. Chris has done some pet rebalance. Isn't that right, Robot Chris?
Yes, so this is not for taming. Don't get excited, tamers. I may do a little bit of work on taming, but this is primarily for the summoned pets. Basically, all of them got a little bit of a polish in terms of power to get them closer to where they should be. A few bug fixes, and then also I added additional power for specialization in that school of magic. So death magic, like if you're a death magic specialized, and you will get extra power for your pets.
Sweet. We also dropped the tax rates for village lot deeds and higher. With the row lot deeds, we had already dropped the taxes on significantly, but we hadn't yet done anything with the larger lots, village and above. And so we took Chris did a deep dive on that, reevaluated those, made some significant reductions in that, especially at the highest level, the keep and castle deeds. The taxes on those were just
$1 million gold
just
per month.
ridiculous. I mean, and yes, the idea was that those were for groups to work together, but I mean, it was just so that's fixed now. We also have made it so you can upgrade your lot deeds with crowns in the game, and that's actually patched in and live right now. So in the game right now, you can upgrade lot deeds with crowns. We just showed you the Duke Dungeon Throne Room and Duke Heraldry Pavers. We did some polish work on Owl's Head, a bunch of bug fixes, and a bunch of Release 58 and 59 live stream items. The last couple of R58 items, which were the Dragon Helm and the Dragon Bow, and then all the R59 live stream fish items, fish pavers, the fish masks, the dungeon room with the fishing spot. All those are going in release 62. And again, that's on QA. You can test it right now, or wait till next week on Thursday when it goes live officially. And then release 62 is our first release in Q1 of 2019. But the rest of 2019 is going to have all sorts of amazing stuff too. So we're going to have automatic redemption of rewards, so you no longer have to claim the reward. You no longer have to click the claim rewards button. We actually had planned to have that in this release, but we had to, as in release 62. But we've had to do some server relocation that Chris has talked about a few times, and that consumed our resources, so we had to hold on pushing that one live. But that is going to be in release 63. Baby dragons, aka dragons. We're actually working hard to get those in release 62, but they may go to release 63. We hope it's going to be release 62. We have a new pole arm type. Chris actually did all of the architecture work for that. We lost Chris. Dope. The interesting thing about pronged weapons is they do low amount of damage, but they hit 3 times. So it's really cool for applying effects. And I see Chris is still on Twitch, so he can correct me if I said that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So those won't actually go. The architecture for those is done, and then we'll be building out the individual items in release 63, and that'll include things like the Daemon Trident that when you fight him, he's got this cool looking trident. You'll be able to start getting that as an artifact from fighting demons. Um, you'll there'll also be a pitchfork and various other pawn weapons. So it's a new polearm type that's going to add more breadth and depth to polearms. Because right now there's really only two archetypes for polearms. There's like the one-handed spears and there's the two-handed polearms, and that's literally that's it. So now there's going to be three archetypes. Grandmaster only effects are coming in release 62, 63. Envy Angel, who you guys saw, more pet balance, this time maybe for taming, fertilizer for agriculture. So you'll finally be able to use fertilizer in the agricultural cycle. The first episode 2 areas, player dungeon creature spawning, so the ability to have creatures spawning in your player dungeon, and that's just Q1, and there's all sorts of other cool stuff happening in the rest of 2019. And Undone is back
Prize
with
time.
prizes. And while this will be our final prize drawing for today and today's live stream, next week is going to be the Release 62 live stream, and we'll have a bunch of prize drawings then. And we'll have a new secret phrase, which I need to come up with. So, all right, prizes. Undone.
Prizes: replenishing aerial palm blue fish fireworks box. Happy. Ornate sled goes to Rand Bo Festud. That's fantastic. White Raven goes to Dinzu. Winter Pattern Glass Chandelier 3-pack goes to Dakota. Fantasy Party Hat 6-pack goes to Caballero. 2018 Yule Gift Set goes to Kali. And 2018 Winter Rares Mega Set goes to Lyra Starflare.
All right. Congratulations, prize winners. Thank you for playing the game and chatting in the game or making a purchase. Either one, because there were both ways got you eligible for prizes. So congratulations and thank you. More stuff coming up in 2019. The ability to flag your row lot as an open space instead of right now, row lots require a house to be on them. And we originally did that for performance purposes and other things like that. But the performance gain from doing that culling behind them wasn't great enough to justify anymore. So we're going to allow people with row lots to have empty lots, so you'll be able to have do things like agriculture or things like that. Also, right now we've got it so lot deeds can upgrade through crowns, but we're also planning on making it so that you can upgrade town sizes in game via crowns. Crafting specialization, where you're able to choose your effects. More loot improvements, more fishing, better boss fights, and then of course all culminates at the end of 2019 with episode 2 with our quest system and journal revamp, make it way better. Theater system, treasure system with treasure hunting system with treasure maps. Those of you who remember those from Ultima Online, it would be awesome. Item affinity and reputation, so you'll be able to level up your items that you use. So fighting skeletons will give if you kill a certain number of skeletons, like your weapon now will have the title, Skeleton Slayer, and it'll have a bonus against skeletons, and then that'll be tied to the item itself. So then that's basically like sort of another enchanting and masterworking effect, and for all intents and purposes. And so once you get those in there, you'll be able to add a new layer of quality and value to an item, and then you can trade. Also, customizable NPCs and expandable permission system for containers and doors, and that is facilitate the thing that I'm gonna try and show for a little bit before we leave, player made quests, which we're gonna do in another live stream. We're gonna dedicate more time to that. As I mentioned at the top of the live stream, the folks who are gonna do it are unfortunately sick. It's that time of year where people catch all sorts of fun stuff. Like my daughter has strep right now. So we're gonna postpone that, but we're going to try and show off one before we leave today. And last thing to mention is next couple of things that are coming up. So of course we have Release 62, which is going live next Thursday. And again, it's on QA, so if you want to check it out, you can look at the early release notes. Most of it is accurate, but we're still filling it in. And then the day after that, so next Thursday, Release 62 goes live. The day after that will be our Release 62 live stream, February 1st, which once again this year, because this is Carnival season, we are going to have a Carnival theme to it with some cool stretch goals that we'll announce next week. And that is, I believe, all of my news. Oh, and see, then I need to like stack the papers, and like that's when we'd have the like, and that was the news. Da, 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 da. There you go. I did it. All right, so we are going to jump in the game for just a few minutes before we leave, and I want to show the start of this awesome quest in Jade Valley that Lilybird did. So let me switch to the right camera, right, and let me make it a little brighter. Okay. So we're in Jade Valley. And so one of the reasons we wanted to show off player-made quests this release, for this live stream is, we have this pretty cool sandbox and lots of tools that we built with our player housing system and our items and things like the Valentine's card that Scotty showed off earlier, where you can put text on books or cards or things like that. Tons of stuff that people have used and put together in creative ways to make their own player-driven quests. And then episode 2 is going to be where we hope to pump that up, especially with things like dungeons and stuff like that. So let's see. I guess I should make myself visible. Okay. Let me move this to this screen so I'm actually looking forward. All right. So we are here at the Bird's Nest Inn in Jade Valley. And so if you go inside, there's like all these notes everywhere. And so if you like start reading, so it's in fact, just as a very subtle hint, here's the one that says player quest begins here. And what's cool about this is it shows off like not only do we allow you to edit the text inside one of these writable items, the tooltip is also customizable. You can read it. It says, "Hello, avatars, and welcome. We've been waiting for you to arrive. There's a mystery to solve here," and it begins in the Singing Bear pub. Oh, look, and here's a pub that they built, little pub inside the inn, and there's more notes here. Oh, look, how to do the quest. Oh, and look, there's instructions right here. This is the Treasure of Mystery Island uses orange roses to guide you to the major clues at each location. Okay. And you can also use the map. It says also to use the map to help guide you as you read clues to tell you where things are. So which building to go to. So here, we'll put that in the bottom corner there. And look, there's a PS right here. What does the PS say? Follow the orange roses. Oh, in case you didn't read that first part, then there's other stuff. Ooh, look, there's more notes over here. Oh, those are songs. Those are songs for you to play the harp. Cool. Oh, and more. Oh, Drunken Sailor. Oh, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Put him in the bilge and make him drink it. Put him in the bilge and make him drink it. Put him in the bilge and make him drink it early in the morning. All right. Sorry. I had to sing that song. I love that song. All right, it's a great drinking song. All right, so look, there's another play request. We're beginning the singing bar. Owen is the barkeep. Enjoy the treasure of Mystery Island. All right, so oh look, there's a oh look, as told, there are these orange roses. Oh look, and there's an orange rose by this basement hatch. Oh, and look, more notes. Bathing. Please come on down a simple flight of stairs to the spa. Enjoy a soak in the hot tub. No more diving in the hot tub. I'm tired of cleaning up blood. See, those were drunken sailors who did that. No. So I learned that song at a very young age. Totally inappropriate song to learn as a child, which when my mom took me to Williamsburg, Virginia, which have like this colonial recreation thing, and uh, they were singing the song. Like we went to this tavern, the old tavern, and they were singing this as one of the drinking songs in the tavern. I mean, I wasn't drinking, but because I'm a kid. All right, here we go. We're in here by the hot tub, uh, and then oh look, there's another. Oh well, here let me cast my light spell. Oh look, there's another orange rose. So that's probably where we need to go. But I want to check out what they built. I like how they've got like a tropical theme around the hot tub. Again, it's amazing what players do with all of the cool tools we give them. Oh, and I guess this is the privy, maybe? Oh, look, there's another clue. Torn out of Lily's journal. Uncle Owain will know what to do. We'll go down to his residence and talk to him about it. Oh, okay. And then, oh, another rose. So I'm guessing we should go down Owen's rooms. Enter if you must. Probably sleeping if you don't hear. Oh, so this is one of our customizable signs. So so not only do we have writable things, we have signs that you can customize. Uh, all right, we're going to go further down. Interesting. See where we're led. It's a bit of a bait in the wait. Here at the bait shop, you won't go wrong with our, oh, so these are like taglines. Oh, I get it. So this is like the printing press where they're doing flyers. There's some cheese if you're hungry. More notes. Oh, so there's another orange rose. So you should probably read that. I know I'm leaving suddenly. Gone isn't far to Doc Tood's place from here. Ah. Mead incident. Oh, and look, there's a distillation device. Oh, treasure. Oh, and look, here's another rose. The treasure of Mystery Island. Wow. Okay, so this is a whole. Look at this. Look at that. This is like all player written stuff. So basically, and the summary of this. If you read this, I mean, it's like multiple pages, and there's 2 books. This is volume 2. But basically, the summary is Lily Bird is friends with Arabella, and a stinky pirate Pew has stolen Arabella's lingerie and possibly her treasure map after dosing everyone's mead. It's kind of a dark story. I like it. It goes well with the Krampus and Dark Winter. All right, so that is really twisted. Lingerie, dosing people's drinks, and yeah, wow. Okay, so I think those are all the. Oh, these are blank books. Oh, because they're next to the printing press. Cool. All right, so I think that's everything we need to know about Uncle Owain and his very weird, dark, twisted past, at least for now. So I think we're gonna go try and find this Doc Tood's place. And directions were on the last. So I'm shortcutting some of this, but the directions to where we're going were in the second journal book. So the second chapter. So we're going to go to So Owain said, that's where I was headed. So that's probably going to be the clue for the. So the nice thing about this quest is it doesn't rely. It's all since it's all done with these notes. It doesn't rely the player, any of the players who built it. Oh, and there's one of our players. Is Violet Green. All right. The enjoy an ale is what Violet Green told me. Right. Oh, look, and there's Malhari, who is the governor of Jade Valley. Oh, I'm still in ghost mode. There we go. Now I'm visible. Oops. All right. Let me bow again where they can see me. Do Dark Star Salute. All right, we're going to go find this Doc Tude's place, which is over by the lighthouse. So we're going to cross the big bridge, head over to the lighthouse, see what's going on. And then from there, we're not going to spoil anymore and let you guys finish it. And we're also going to save some more for the next live stream. But again, you can see, oh, and by the way, this is in a player-owned town, so all of these, everything laid out in the town was done by players. This just comes as a big blank slate. This is the Jade Valley is the name of this player-owned town. We saw the governor over there. All right, so let's look at, so these right here, we talked about this in the player housing live stream. These lot markers tell you who owns the lot. The private residence. Let's see. Past the bridge towards the lighthouse. Oh, so it's past the lighthouse. A small elven hut. Oh, I see it. It's in there. Sorry, I got confused. I thought it was in the lighthouse. Oh, okay. I wonder if this Doc Morgana is an elf. All right, let's go. Let's see if there's any orange rose. Oh, look, there's an orange rose. Wonder if we're supposed to go there. Oh, and there's like a note. Oh, look, there's a note back here. It's a recipe for potion health. There's a wooden duck. I don't think the wooden duck is a clue. But see if there's any other orange rose. Oh, wait, look, there's an orange rose over here too. Oh, and there's a note in runic. So, and conveniently, there's a how to convert English to runic. So there you go. So, but we've done a little homework. So the note in runic says, "Help! I'm in the recovery ward of Morgana Tude's hospital below her hut in Jade Valley. If anyone finds this, please send food, real food." And then it goes on to talk about the healer here. Morgana Tude is a fine healer and knowledgeable about fungus of all sort. However, cooking is ruinous of all the good healing she did. Cabbage stew? Ugh! I don't want to hurt her feelings, so I write in, I hope is an intelligible hand. Wow, and written in runic. All right, so we're going to stop there because we don't want to spoil the rest of the quest. But really well done, Lily Bird. Proud of you for using our systems to make some cool stuff. Just one example of what an amazing community we have. and I'm so happy and proud to be part of it. Thank you, everyone, for everything you do for us. And reminder, Release 62 is on QA. This is the last. We just have until next Wednesday for the Dark Winter stretch goals. On one hand, I'm going to miss saying Dark Winter. On the other hand, I've said Dark Winter enough, and I'm ready. I'm ready for Release 62. Release 61 was great, lots of amazing stuff, but it's been a really long release, and the release will be dead. Long live the release. So I'm looking very much forward to Release 62, as I'm sure all of you are. So once again, thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next week. And next week, it's going to be a longer live stream because it's going to be the Release 62 live stream. And we will announce the agenda for that. But sneak peek, there might be another fishing contest. Maybe in fetid water this time, just to do a different water type. So I don't want to give it away. Oh, wait, I did. I did totally give it away. All right. Thanks, everyone. Dark Winter.